and basically we're trying to get a revenue going so that these girls can grow and grow up with each other, but we need ways to be able to fund that, but also allow our families to watch us grow as well. So that's what I'm looking for here.
Tell me a little bit about the reality show. Like, do you have some sort of lineup of the guests? Like, what type of guests are you looking to host on that show?
Yeah. So basically, I have the 5 mothers and the 5 daughters.
Okay.
Well, the 4 other mothers, like I'm included in this. So there's 5 of us, and then there's the 4 daughters. And then I also, we go on trips. So last weekend we did a sister sleepover. So we rented a hotel, got all the girls together. Grandparents showed up, aunts showed up, but basically we did different activities and things so the girls could get to know each other. They could all grow with one another, play, interact. But basically the lineup is to do different events and things like that. All the mothers are spread out across the state, and then there's another one that's not living in the state that we try to get together. But it
sounds great.
Definitely costs a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. So what's kind of your soft and hard ask? Like, just to summarize, what are we kind of looking for? How much you are shooting for?
Well, for a videographer, I'm spending at least $500 to $1,000 every time they are coming to shoot. So, the funding is probably my aspect. Because we're all single mothers now,
yeah,
we're
exactly.
having another income coming in as well. So, we're trying to, keep our family together in a way, but also keep being able to live the way we should be living at home as well. So.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Ashley. Thanks for joining me today. So let's hear. I think Kirk raised hand, or?
I get back.
Yeah, okay, sure. Thank you very much for joining. Kirk, I think you raised hand, or it was technical thing here. Kirk, would you like to speak up? It's still buggy, guys, the Clubhouse thing. Who else, right? Like here, I think kind of we have over 10-15 people. So who else would like to pitch? Like who has a future work business and is interested to share some thoughts? Or just about the space, like let's kind of have that kind of interesting discussion about future work, business space, like any ideas to share with us? Okay, we have Slava. Okay, Slava. Slava, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, share with us your story, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that the future work concept is very fascinating to me. I have been in the AI space for the last 8 years, and one of the sort of ways to think about how technology can change other industries is to envision the future, right?
Exactly.
So one of the games that my team and I play that I think is quite useful to envision this future state is called the Wayne Gretzky game. For those who are not familiar, this is a game that was played back in, I believe, 1970s. It was played by the team at Park.
Okay.
It's run by Xerox. I'm not sure if people are familiar with Xerox.
Yeah, that one.
One of the
I heard that one.
One of the foundational research facilities that created some of the most, I would say, advanced technologies that we take for granted today. Everything from the user interface to mouse to creating the laser printer. So Park was responsible for creating very innovative solutions.
Can you spell quickly the name of the game, just to take a note, and I will definitely check it out. What was the name?
Yeah, it's called called the Wayne Gretzky game.
Ah, okay, Wayne Gretzky game. Got you. Okay, sorry for interrupting. Go ahead, man.
And no worries, yeah. Wayne Gretzky was a very famous hockey player who was outperforming all of his, colleagues. And people wondered if he had foresight. People wondered if he had very sort of supernatural talents. And the game was created in as a result of observing Wayne Gretzky, how he played. When interviewers asked Wayne Gretzky how he was so good at hockey, his response was, you want to be not where the puck is, you want to be where the puck is going.
No, interesting, yeah.
And he had this mindset of, in a way, being at the right place at the right time.
It's like future forward thinking, right? You don't wait for the things to happen, you kind of predict somehow the future and like try to be in the right place right then, right?
It's very similar to what you described, yes. So
yeah.
The idea is you, first of all, with this Wayne Gretzky game, you project into the future, right? So let's discuss this concept of future versus present. Present state is very distracting. It's very glittery. It's very noisy. We're mandated with notifications. We're mandated with things that pull us into the present. And while that's great to solve the current problems, it actually doesn't allow us to break through from the present, right? And if we're discussing the idea of the future, then we must think about, how do we break free of the present moment? And the Wayne Gretzky game is one way to do that. So let me explain what I mean.
Sure, go ahead.
For individuals who are interested to, for example, envision the future, the first step is you project yourself 30 years from today, right? So imagine it's year 2052.
Yeah.
And then you ask yourself, wouldn't it be ridiculous if we didn't have, for example, flying cars? Wouldn't it be ridiculous if we didn't have self-driving cars? And now you're in a future state, right? There is a disconnect to the present. You're simply in this future scenario 30 years from now. And then you ask yourself, okay, so if I were to bring this state back, meaning back in time, imagine it's now the year 2032, 10 years from today. You ask yourself, what do I need to do 10 years from today so that in 30 years we have flying cars?
I see your point. It's like a reverse engineering model. Like you kind of imagine the future and you try to reverse engineer to see what's kind of should be done in a present terms, so we can reach the future, right?
Have you heard of the idea of mental contrast?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. So this is the closest analogy I can come up to in the psychological ecosystem. Mental contrast is often used to attain goals. The idea is you create a contrast, right? You're familiar with this for those who are listening.
Yeah.
Mental contrasting is a concept where you envision a future state, then you contrast that future state with the present moment, and you do this because you don't want to be stuck in the future, nor do you want to be stuck in the present. You create a contrast between the two states, and this contrast allows you to see all of the roadblocks you need to overcome to get to that future state. So people often use mental contrasting to achieve their goal. For example, let's say for me it would be to get to, let's say, $100 million in 10 years. Right?
Yeah.
This is a future state. Today, perhaps I'm not at 100 million, and what are my mental roadblocks for me to get there?
Sounds great, man. Slava, tell us briefly about your business also. Kind of, this also can turn out into an interesting experience with sharing our businesses. So, you said about like 8 years in AI, right? What kind of business you have right now?
I run a artificial intelligence as a service agency, meaning
Awesome.
we create technologies for companies. Usually those technologies are related to AI, machine learning, deep learning, and we offer those solutions to our clients as a service. We perform the work, we create technology for our clients, and then we get compensated for our time. Now, I've been in this space for 8 years, and this is an amazing industry to be in, AI technology.
Exactly.
I do think there are many other industries related technologies that are very powerful. I would love to discuss those as well, everything from quantum to VR, AR, to blockchain. So if anyone has any thoughts on other technologies, I would love to chime in.
Just a quick note about my own business. Like, it's basically whatever you said inside my business model. Like, it's iOS, Android app plus like 3D virtual reality, AI music, and like non-fungible tokens. Have you heard about NFT? It's like ICO blockchain NFT tokens like that are supporting the blockchain ecosystem. So that's kind of my business model. But just to kind of stay on the loop for the theme of this today's event. So I was expecting just to hear others' thoughts about their business, how much it kind of talks to the future of work. So we have Tariq joining us. So let's quickly hear from Tariq. Tariq?
Thanks for giving me an opportunity, guys. Slava,
sure.
We met before, I think a couple of nights before.
Great.
I mean, your question with regards to, contrasting technology or where we're going to reach is difficult because you are not able to predict the level of technology you'll be producing.
Technological breakthrough, right? That will happen, like the advancement, like the level, like how fast.
Like how quick is the
Exactly.
advancement?
Exactly.
I think the better question is, can the human keep up with the advancement of technology?
Exactly.
That's the question.
Good one.
I don't think it's a bad way to look at it, but I think it'd be a difficult thing to calculate because you're not able to factor in everything.
Yeah. I agree with you. So it's kind of a little bit tricky there. I'm just not familiar with the game. That's why I can't 100% comment like on the logic and how it works. Maybe there are some points I don't understand, so I need to kind of check that game. But interesting feedback. Thank you for bringing your point. So tell us a little bit about your business, Tariq. What are you working on these days?
In the daytime, I work with data.
Data analysis?
I appreciate, I'm not a tech person.
Oh, okay.
I manage a lot of people who are tech related. So I'm from the United Arab Emirates.
Okay.
I'm proudly representing whatever establishment that we have here. And nothing. I'm just meeting talents and pretty much whoever can add value to this part of the world.
Oh, sounds great. So you're kind of hiring your HR, or like what's your key role?
Not even hiring, no. I'm just strictly, if I see you and I like you, I might recruit you directly.
Wow,
It's
awesome, man.
From a business owner perspective and from a managerial perspective, not as a structure, more of a partner maybe.
No, sounds great. Okay, so let's catch up. We might have some interesting relationships going because I'm kind of also an angel investor. And
follow, man. It's cool. We'll catch up. I'm back and forth, man. I'm trying to juggle a family here. So, I don't know. Don't let this application consume you guys. My advice is it's your weekend. Go see actual real human beings. And, leave this guys in the day.
the thing is that I know in Dubai it's quite open, right? But in other places in the world it's still like this COVID lockdown. So I'm kind of right now in Denmark, Copenhagen. It's quite.
But what I'm trying to say is, everybody's trying to convince me that they're influential. But okay, I respect people who know how to spend their time, right?
Yeah.
So if everybody's on this application more than 72 hours in a row, every time I come on this app for some people that I follow, they're on. And I'm like, what are these guys doing in life, right?
Oh, exactly.
They're just here to tell people what they did.
Yeah, sure.
Do people have a life? Be honest.
Yeah, sure.
And, I don't know. I slowly start unfollowing the wrong people.
Yeah, I see your point.
I wouldn't want to partner with somebody that's just sitting here and telling everyone exactly what he can offer, It's because he might not bite to the dream that I have.
Oh, yeah, exactly, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
sure.
It's a good benchmark. Good luck, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Everyone changes the world slowly but surely.
Yeah, sure, man.
Good night.
Thank you, folks.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, so guys, do we have others who would like to join us? Let's pick someone from the audience. Maybe Leo. He's new to Clubhouse. Let's hear from him. Leo, would you like to speak up? Guys, who else would like to introduce themselves, like just to kind of turn out this into an interesting chatting experience about your business and like how we can help each other? Raise your hand if you would like to introduce yourself. Oh, okay, Marcel, Eduard. So let's start with Eduard and then Marcel. Okay, I gave you both voice, guys, so let's chat a little bit.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, so we talked with Marcel earlier, so let's start with Eduard.
Hello guys, thank you for inviting me to speakers. I want to introduce myself. So I'm from Ukraine and living right now in San Francisco, California. And here right now I'm just employee, and I have idea for startup. And right now I'm learning culture in Silicon Valley, join a lot of rooms, and I really appreciate Clubhouse. This is a big move forward, and I'm so just sorry
Sounds
about
great,
my
man.
English.
Thank you for joining us.
I hope.
Yeah, I see you're a new member, right? You still have there's the icon, like a party icon, like new members are having party icon. So how's your experience so far? Tell us briefly your experience with Clubhouse.
Yes, I got the invite from you yesterday. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And right now, this is amazing time in the pandemic time because everybody knows Silicon Valley is a good network place,
Exactly.
but not in pandemic time. And Clubhouse, this is really good change for speaking with big people here, and I got connect with interesting people like investors, startups,
Exactly.
and just smart people. And this is real helpful for me.
Thank you very much, Eduard. Appreciate. So tell us a little bit about your business. Maybe we end up like helping you, at least like with connections to investors, or like you can shoot me also your investor deck. So I'm kind of also angel investor, so I would love to see your thoughts. So do you want to pitch shortly about your business idea?
I'm not ready yet because I just have idea right now,
I
and
see.
I'm working on it. But this idea, I just can introduce about like, I'm not sure this word is correct, like birja, you know, birja?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know Russian also. Like you can tell me, like I can.
Okay,
Yeah.
So this is birja for bloggers in Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, any kind of type of streaming.
Okay.
And for businesses and for private person, because right now I'm a small blogger, and I find the problem in this marketplace, like if I wanna sell something, or I wanna find a special blogger, for example, in Russia, who have followers from 500K and speaking Russian or Ukrainian, and tema is about for example, I don't know, medicine. Right now this is hard to find, and I wanna place all of bloggers in one place and make filter for easy find these people and book these people for some promotion and see calendar which day I can choose. And another one problem it is how I can pay to different country, or how can pay big company if this company working taxes and wanna pay how I can say this.
Tell me in Russian, I will translate, man.
Thank you. То есть, получается, в данный момент сейчас проблема у блогеров какая? Некоторые блогеры не могут получить деньги от каких-то крупных компаний, потому что они работают либо по НДС, и эти компаниям в привилегии списать НДС, либо просто им нужно вывести НДС в кэш, да, и платить частному лицу. Другая проблема, я общался уже с некоторыми блогерами, это то, что...
Ну сейчас как, в Москве, в России там НДС платят, еще и в Украине, если ты блогер, там платишь НДС? Как это еще работает, модель?
Блогеры, получается, что они ничего не платят, и это как бы проблема сейчас для государства и проблема для компаний, потому что компании же хотят списывать налоги, им выгоднее заплатить официально.
Oh, I see. Okay, let's quickly translate the part. So basically, guys, there's like with Ukrainian and Russian market, like the bloggers have that there is a kind of a certain procedures that they need to undertake in terms of the VAT, value-added tax. Like this taxation is quite bureaucratic and complicated, as far as I understood from Eduard's explanation. So basically, they are trying to create this platform that will support and like that has special filtration. Let's say, kind of, it's easy to find some hardly found medicine or like healthcare experts, like influencers. So from the one hand, it's kind of a filtration system. Plus, he's trying to bring less complication to the VAT computation that's happening with the influencer as a person, like B2C, and as a business B2B, right? So did I explain it correctly, Edward?
Yes, this is B2B business, and for some small businesses or for small bloggers, it's B2C. And another one problem which I want to solve, it is I got a conversation with the people, big bloggers in Clubhouse, and these bloggers tell me about interesting problem. For example, some company want to send product for bloggers and for
promotion, like promoting them, exactly.
Yeah. And not all bloggers would like to share private home address, and I can be like post office, and customer can send me first this product, and I can send to the blogger, because a blogger can be more feeling comfortable with one company which is working with me and trust me, right?
Yeah.
Not for everyone.
Edward, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
So, this is Natalie. I'm one of the investment team at Pickup Capital in Dubai, and I have an experience also in impact investing, not only in venture capital. So my question is, so the thing that we see with the product that you're offering, I mean, I love it. It's really cool. It's really awesome, because a lot of the hype right now is around millennials and Gen Zs, and how the influencers are becoming the creators, content creators, and they're driving force of everything.
Exactly.
So, but my question is, so say that you had a match with a blogger as an influencer. How would you like retain me to your service one more time? Why would I take that service offline? So one time thing, I got matched with a blogger, and then moving forward, I'll take the entire thing offline, and the stickiness rate just drops regarding to your service. Like, how do you maintain that?
Thank you, Natalie, for your question. I hope I understand correctly your question. So, right now is a problem if bloggers many popular and have many followers. This is hard to connect with him, and a lot of people send message, hey, how are you? Can I promote something in your account? And nobody can read a lot of messages, and this my platform is more easy for connect with bloggers, because first of all, you have to choose blogger. Second one, it is you have to read all of requirements for promotion, and third one, you have to book and pay reservation, and after that, it is more a reason to connect with blogger, more reason blogger connect with customer, because this customer is already for that. Like this, is correct.
Got it. Yeah, that answers the question. So, Edward, I'd love to connect with you offline and maybe have a conversation between the both of us, if that's possible.
Yeah, sure, Natalie. You can send me a message in Instagram. I have a profile in my Clubhouse.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We have Irfan joining us. Irfan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey guys, hello.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Irfan. I'm from Indonesia, and I worked for the company startup 2 years ago, and then right now I work again into company startup because I moved to Go Game company. It's like Go Game company, and then I so interested interesting about the startup because my background is work in the startup in Indonesia. Is like my platform. The call is credit pintar. His platform is give a loan for the people in here, and then basically it's a peer-to-peer lending.
It's what the last part? I didn't hear the last part.
No, it's the loan.
Yeah, but you told you give a loan and something, right, at the end, at the very end of the sentence.
Yeah, it's the money cash.
Oh, okay, I see your point. So is it just for your local Asian market, like nearby countries, or is kind of a global business model? Like what's your kind of business model unique? How it's unique?
Yeah. This unique is maybe it's the people in Indonesia is targeting for the low people in here because so many platform in Indonesia from Beijing because the people in here are so excited about the loan. So many application in here is give experience to get a loan, maybe a loan for money cash, and then for the fashion, food, anything about credit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting, man.
Yeah.
So, what's your advantage compared to, like, do you basically have a PayPal? I'm not sure. Like, I was working in Bangkok and Hong Kong, but I'm not sure, like, what's the situation in terms of PayPal and, like, payment systems? Like, how can you kind of differentiate yourself from the crowd with your business model?
Yeah, I think for the business model, it's basically because the people in here so need money. I think they say the Indonesia is so many people don't have a good job in here, and then basically the people in here so like to using the application. Maybe the one people use the 5 application, 2 application to using this platform, and then the government in Indonesia the full support for this platform. So many for
sounds great, man.
All application also support in the government in Indonesia to support on this because in Indonesia the fintech is not more popular because so little application in Indonesia more than using a fintech because I have so the fintech in Indonesia is so like using a payment investment is so not more. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Did I say your name correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, and I need to ask you then a follow-up question. So you basically take the money from banks or governments or the individuals and then lend it out to those in Indonesia, right? Okay, so the question is, it's a balance sheet lending, actually business model. The question is, what's the technology behind it? Like, how do you assess the credit worthiness and the risk behind your customers that you're lending out to? I mean, if you're lending to someone who's going to default, that's going to affect the banks that give you the money, and that is going to butcher the startup itself. So can you explain to me how do you assess the risk of your customers in need of loans?
Okay, so basically for my experience in Indonesia, the application is need to give the experience before to the customer in here. For example, they don't give full access for the loan. Maybe for the first account, the application in here is give for example just $1 or $2 for the first, and then if the customer is have a good payment, and then the next step the application give the next for the payment.
But kind of how you measure, like by it's kind of relative terms, right? So credit worthiness, like we need to measure somehow. Let's say this customer is having like 45 out of 100 score of credit worthiness. Like, do you have this kind of a point scale or like another model? Like, yeah, how you?
Exactly. Maybe you use AI, machine learning, because I know that a lot of startups, let's say Capital Float in India, they do the same exact thing, but what they do is they deploy AI and machine learning and to your e-commerce activities across the board. So you basically give them access to your social activities, and according to that, they assess your credit worthiness based on your other social activities, and then they lend you out the loan.
Okay, thank you. I don't know for specifically but in my company, yeah, we use the IA for the customer because they need for activity my customer from the social media, and then we have get access for the emergency contact, and then because in government Indonesia, if the platform is approved in government, we cannot access for for location, and then for the phone and then contact phone. Just we can looking the customer behavior with the contact and then social media, and then for the basically that we just fill phone number and then location and then ID card. Sorry.
Okay. Natalie, was it clear or you had on it?
I mean, it was, but like I'm thinking about maybe we can take this offline because it's a lot of capital investments going around their farm, and I think there are ways where you can like save a lot of operational costs.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you can just connect with me and we can talk. I have my Instagram account link on my profile.
Okay.
Okay?
I can follow you.
Yeah. I'll follow you. Just a second. There you
go. I already follow you.
Okay.
But in my company, I just work for the trainers. I don't know about specifically about the data ID, and then I just know about the investment and then about the customer. Yeah.
So just to summarize, the kind of based on your portfolio measurements, like the size of your portfolio, like is it mostly at least this moment, like is it mostly B2B or B2C? Like what's your target audience basically?
Target in my company, sorry.
Yeah, for your business model at the moment, like based on like highest paying clients,
Okay.
like is it? Yeah.
When I last year I were in there target in my company for the people, and specifically the people don't have a good job, I think, because my customer behavior in my application, for my company, they using the loan for the maybe using the money for the food, and then for the education. Is not about for they use the money for the maybe for the for life, because the nominal for the loan is not high.
When you say not high, you mean compared to the Indonesian market standards, like the standard rates there in the market?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because right now in targeting for my company, for the last company, is for the fashion. We collaboration with the fashion. For example, we can use this application for in the retail. For example, Zara, Sephora, yeah.
No, I see your point.
Like this.
When did you create your business?
Sorry?
Well, when was the year you founded your business?
I don't know, because I don't work again in my company.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you very much,
because
Ifan.
right now,
Yeah.
yeah, because right now I work in the Singapore. It's the Go Game. It's a game company.
Okay, sounds great,
Yeah.
man. So connect with me on Twitter and Instagram. I have like those handles open, and like you can schedule a call also. Calendar link is available on my bio. So
Okay.
yeah, if you want me like to look up your pitch deck like as an investor, like, feel free to shoot me your investor deck or something. Like if you see anything I can be of help, like I'm very happy to help you out. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. So we have Gabriela. Let's give a voice to Gabriela. Gabriela.
Hello there. Hi.
Hey,
How are you?
thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the invitation. Well, my name is Gabriela. I'm living in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Okay.
I am 50 years old. I define myself as an entrepreneur with corporate experience. 2 years ago, I decided to resign my job as CEO in a multinational company, IT company, and launch my own company. In the middle of the process, I figured out something in my house with my kids. So let me introduce the problem first, and then I can explain the solution we created.
Sure, sounds great, Gabriela. Go ahead. Thank you.
Yes, if you think in teenagers in Latin America, like Pilar, Santos, or Alfonso, if you think what they have in common is they don't have any idea about money, about investment, and savings. And not only then, if you think in our entire region, we have awful financial inclusion rates. And what is that is because we have some issues with the culture and some issues with the information that we receive when we are kids. If I thought in my own teenager period, I didn't receive any information. So we created an app mobile application to teach kids how can they can manage their expenses and investment and so on. It's not only a tech solution. We are trying to improve our economical conditions for the next generation in Latin America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we launched the application last year in the middle of the pandemic.
So the application is like an app on iOS and Android, or it's a kind of marketplace? Okay. Oh, sounds great.
No. It's a mobile application. But we face this issue with a different perspective. First of all, we adapt a virtual wallet solution inside our application. It's not that we created a new virtual wallet. We are using one of the most common in our countries, Mercado Pago, or probably next future, PayPal and so on. Because the idea is our kids can handle without cash, the control of, or the self-control of their expenses. And if they are doing this with cash, it's very difficult to count. So this is one perspective. And the other is we create some modules of training, but we are, the basis of finance education. We explain what's the money, where the money came from. Because I realized that probably when you are 20, probably you want to invest, but we don't have enough information about the money. What is it? Is it Bitcoin money or not?
Yeah.
This kind of explanations.
Yeah. So it's kind of like financial literacy for the Generation Z, right? Something like solving like Generation Z in Latin America for a financial literacy issue. Okay. Okay, sounds great. So how you position yourself?
Our business model is, the user are the teenagers, but the customer is their parents.
Oh, okay.
selling education.
Awesome, yeah.
At the very beginning, we are developing different lines of business like advertisement or probably some additional things. We are thinking to create a partnership with those platforms for investment, but for the near future.
Okay.
Now we are only charging subscription amount for the appliance.
Sounds great. So, what are your short-term and middle-term plans? Just kind of to summarize and like how we can help you basically. If there's anything I can be of any help.
Okay. Now we are looking for money for investment. The idea is to develop the application in the rest of the countries in Latin America. We launched it in Argentina.
Okay.
In September, and the idea is to develop or roll out the application in the rest of the countries in Latin America.
Gotcha. So kind of expanding to the Latin market, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So what's kind of your soft cap and the hard cap? Like how much money we're asking for?
Now we are asking for 100,000.
Okay.
Or this is just for the next 2 years.
Okay. See your point. Okay, sounds great. So yeah, sounds great and exciting also for me because kind of I work with AI and like blockchain platforms and like somehow ed tech, I would say, based on blockchain. So feel free to connect with me and like shoot your investment proposal, and I will definitely try to help you out, like connecting you with investors, like relevant people in the circles.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Guys, anyone else would like to speak up? We have new guests here. Brijesh, maybe. Any other questions like about future work, or kind of you can introduce yourself so we will slightly summarize and kind of end the conversation. So Brijesh would like to join. Okay. Oh, Brijesh, thank you for joining.
Hello.
Thank you for joining, man.
Hi, Sven. How are you? How is everyone?
Fine, thank you, man.
Hello to everyone. Okay, Suren, we are working on an application, we are trying to implement that application idea. And in short, I'm just trying to explain what is the idea.
Sure.
It's related to blockchain, right? So we are trying to implement blockchain like cryptocurrencies in application, right? And that application is on-demand service providing application. It has around more than 60 plus services which user can book on demand.
Well, which market is that? Like for what countries? Where just a coverage, kind of geo coverage?
In starting, we will start from India,
Okay.
and then Ukraine.
Sounds great. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and main thing is the blockchain we are implementing as a payment method in that service provider application, right? Maybe you hear about M-Pesa. You know about M-Pesa? It's a very successful payment method, mobile payment method in Kenya. It's
M-Pesa. Can you, if you spell it? I think I heard about that.
M-Pesa.
M-Pesa. Let me quickly check. Oh, okay, Kenya, right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
We are also trying to implement the same method in that application. So, like suppose someone wants to book services and they can pay for goods also, and even if they want to transfer money, they want to store money, they can store money on local application.
Okay.
And,
so it's kind of giving you discounts if you make the transactions in crypto or blockchain. Like, what's the unique?
Okay. Yeah. Obviously, it's very cheaper. You can like
compare with
traditional
electronic transfer and digital transfer, it's very cheaper, right? And we are trying to raise fund through tokens.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of did you do already ICO?
No, we are working on that. We have already created token on Ethereum.
Okay.
ERC20, right?
Yeah, ERC20 protocol. Yeah.
ERC20.
Yeah.
ERC token we have already created. Now we are working on ICO. So we will launch our ICO in March.
Okay. Sounds great, man.
And that token we are creating for fundraising. And once fundraising will complete, like when ICO will complete, then we will have our own token on application. On application, then we will swap on 1:1.
Okay.
Right. So that we can avoid or we can protect ourselves from rules, regulation like SEC. If you can take Security Exchange Commission,
exactly.
So we can avoid that. Yeah, that one also. So we'll swap, and the token holders, they will take advantage from that token which we'll have on our application, right?
Oh, okay. Sounds great, man. Okay, it's an interesting model because I have been advisor to many blockchain projects. I'm not sure you heard about Nick Panos. Like he's kind of the fourth guy in the Bitcoin history. So basically worked also together for quite a long time. So I have basically my own NFT as well. Like I started as a crypto coin there, but kind of with these non-fungible tokens becoming again interesting. So I kind of switched the model into NFT. So I would love to hear more about kind of your model, and maybe we can try to find some synergies, like some investors.
Actually, we have already created our white paper. So
yeah, just shoot me your white paper, man.
Go through. It's okay. How I can share white paper?
Go to my profile. Like you will see my Instagram and Twitter. Just send me a quick message, and I will share with you my email, or like we can chat on those platforms.
That's perfect. So even we want suggestion also.
Sure.
Suggestion from group member and suggestion from you that if you need any changes in that white paper.
Sure, man.
Because we are going to launch soon ICO in March. So.
What's kind of the soft and hard cap? Like how much we're shooting for this ICO?
From token, although our target is to launch in 15 plus countries all over the world, right? But we'll start with 3 countries.
Yeah, because of the KYC and the other regulations, right? It's hard to immediately enter.
Yes,
exactly.
Everything, yeah. Even if someone wants to buy token, we should have KYC of that person who is buying. Even they are buying from any exchange, so we'll strictly follow those exchanges who is taking KYC for each and every users,
Yeah, exactly. So how much you estimate like will be your kind of the initial ask for the ICO bounty?
ICO initially is our total token we are planning to raise 32 million, right?
Okay.
But initially if we're able to raise 12 million, then we start in these 3 countries altogether.
Sounds great. Okay, so let's keep in touch. I think I can definitely help you directly, or like refer to my friends, and like let's see kind of how it goes. Well, I have like for example, a friend of mine is like Arise Token. He's like based in Copenhagen. He's one of the Forbes 30 under 30. He's like his nickname is Jacques like Bitcoin. Like he was kind of literally living on Bitcoin for a long time, so he has got this nickname like because of kind of spending only on Bitcoin, especially in Scandinavia. Like it's not easy to kind of survive there with crypto. So we can like he's mostly like now, right now on STO mode. This not ICO but STO, like when you limit to the like select investors. You don't. Yeah. So his model is that, but we have other friends as well, like in AI, mostly kind of IoT solutions based on blockchain. So I'm really interested to hear from you. Just shoot me your white paper and let's see how I can help you, like how we can help each other.
Perfect. So I'm sharing with you.
Thank you, man.
For today, thanks for this group and thanks for communication.
But tell me also briefly about your overall like working experience, like how you started, like what.
Actually, by profession, I'm software engineer, right? And we have companies. Actually, we are official distributor of SG Electronics for East Africa.
Oh, sounds great, man. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and right now I'm in Ukraine, and I have a company. We are doing IT. We are developing solutions, ERP solutions for clients. Yeah.
ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. ERP for the industries and colleges.
Okay, sounds great, man. Okay, so let's see. Maybe last one or two people. Who else, guys, would like to speak up today? Let's try Graham. Graham is early stage startup. It's still buggy, you know, like because this group is kind of the second right now with the group in the world, basically, you know. So there are over 15K followers and members here, and like yeah, on this club that I created basically. So it's one of the highest growing like in the world. So people come here. Like last time it was above 5,000, didn't survive like